So I'm Jim Schultz, and this is From Theory to... Wait a second, that's not right. I don't know what this is. What is this, guys? What are we going to call this? You guys have to help me out. But man, thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of the new project and the very new show. If you guys are watching anywhere other than here, then you should move into here right now. I see you guys in the chat. You guys been making me crack up, man, for the last, 30, 45 minutes. You all got it in the pregame. Like last night, you guys are getting on it and getting after it, and so I appreciate you guys so very much. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of what it is that we are trying to do. Welcome to the very first show edition of what it is that we are trying to do. Get in the chat, questions, comments, stories, and jokes. Put them down there because I want to know what's going on in your world. The algo is dying to know what is going on in your world. And man, I cannot wait. I'm so excited to get this thing underway. So first and foremost, a few housekeeping things. So number one, this is my own thing now. This is my own thing. We are off in the wilderness all by ourselves. So I want to be very clear that everything OU related, everything you're going to see from me from this point forward, it is all for God's glory alone. It is all for the glory and the praise of my Savior, Jesus Christ. And I want to be very clear that whatever good you see coming out of me, it is Christ who lives in me. All the bad stuff, all the boneheaded stuff, man, that is Dr. Jim. That is Jim. So this is all for his glory forevermore. Number two. So if you guys saw my final show, that was something, man. So the outpouring of support from that moment, it has been so significant. Like, it has been like so crazy. Like, I can't even keep up. Like, you guys are really something else. Like, I really don't know how to handle it, and I don't know what to do with it. But ever since that moment, it's just been crazy. Everything has been crazy. It's been a whirlwind, and you guys are just unbelievably incredible. And here's the funniest part. So I'm actually not a crier. Now I know you're like, Jim, sold. I do not believe you. I'm actually not a crier. And so that day, that surprised even me. Like, if they still have it up there, if they haven't scrubbed your boy out of existence yet, then I would go ahead and give that guy a watch. I am actually not a crier. In fact, on my wedding day when I married Autumn, I didn't cry that much. Like, when I married Autumn, I just kind of stood there like, no, I didn't do that. I definitely cried more on From Theory to Practice than I did when Autumn and I got married back in 2009. And so, and again, guys, it's a 3 Delta. It's a 2 Delta that she sees the show. So unless you guys rat me out, like, we are good. I promise you. Number 3, I want to give a huge shout out to the small team that we've created. They are small, but they are mighty. It is not just me. So number 1, I've got Grace, who is running the OU community. Shout out to the CPU, the core position uncapped. We've got the community live. Like, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. So Grace, if you're in the chat, then please let everybody know, because Grace is in charge. Grace is running the ship. She is doing an amazing job behind the scenes. I could not do this without her. She is also my sister-in-law. She is Autumn's sister. And so maybe we should be on our best behavior, because if we're not, it's going to filter back to Autumn through her, which comes back to me, which is not good. Number two, Ryan. So Ryan is running the show behind the scenes. So all the graphics, all the transitions, everything. Well, the graphics are all Grace, but all the transitions that you see and all the setup that you see, I did none of it. I did 0 of it. I can assure you of that. It is all Ryan behind the scenes. So Ryan, give a shout out to Ryan. Man, he is getting it done. He is 100% like making this thing happen. Last order of business. Guys, we need an intro song. Guys, we need an intro song. So here's what we're going to do. So I actually know what it's going to be. So I know what it's going to be. I got my primary one, and then I got my backup. So here's what we're going to do. If you can guess the intro song, again, what is your main job today, guys? Let's go back to the basics. Forget about options. Forget about premium. We'll get to all that garbage. Forget about that. Your main job today, and you guys are doing a mighty fine job of it, get in the chat, and you need to pump that algo. You need to pump it like you've never pumped it before, right? And here's the best way you can do that. If you can guess what my new intro song is going to be, I will send you a free case of Ghost. You choose the flavor, which is obviously going to be sour pink lemonade. You choose the flavor, and I will send it to you on the house if you can guess. Now, we live in an AI world. We live in a Claude world. We live in a Gemini world. I don't want to see blocks of text coming in. I don't want to see, give me all the songs ever created. Boom, copy, paste, I win. That's not going to be counted. But I want you guys in the chat letting me know, what do you think my intro song is going to be? Obviously, I'll try to look when, during the show. I'll scan it after the show. If I can see that you got the winner, then I will reach out to you and I will send you a free case of Ghost to get this thing started the right way. I would say, I don't know, man, with copyrights and licenses and stuff, it's probably going to take us, Ryan, I don't know, probably a few weeks to figure all that out. I mean, I'm thinking you guys probably have a month to figure that out. So if you can guess it, then I will send you that Ghost. Okay, so now it is time. Ryan, bring us into the market, man. What is going on? Man, let's do it. E-mini S&Ps up 36. Got the risk-free instrument up 148. You got the boomers out there up 2. Oh, I got that. I don't want that. Hold on. You got the boomers out there. Wait a second. Give me 1 second. We got some new tech here, obviously. You got the boomers out there up 275. You got the Russell 3000 up 25. You got bonds, you got notes, you got whatever. Okay. So obviously, let's address the elephant in the room. You guys are looking at the portfolio like, Jim, you've been holding out on me, man. Snapchat is actually the pillar of your financial future. Snapchat is actually the thing that you are hitching your wagon to moving out into the future. Of course it is. Right? You guys thought it was just for the show. It's not just for the show. You guys thought it was just From Theory to Practice. No, man. When I think about a well-run company, like when I try to think about, okay, what is a company that checks all the boxes? It's got the stability. It's got the growth. It's got the innovation. It's got to be Snapchat. It's 100% got to be Snapchat. And of course, by that, I mean, we're going to get rid of this garbage position right now. I actually I just bought this last night just so I could say that here at the beginning of the show. So we're going to get rid of Snapchat on the opening bell because I do not want to do that. Okay. The second elephant in the room, obviously. So there's a couple of things that we need to address because everything you see on the screen is not exactly what it looks like. I mean, it is what it looks like. But again, we're doing things differently, man. We're doing things differently. I said it leading up to this moment, and it is going to continue for the foreseeable future. So number one, you see the P&L year to date. That looks pretty good. It is pretty good. Okay, if you've been following From Theory to Practice for any length of time, then you know that I've been talking about stealth accounts. I've been talking about the Trading Lab. Oh, by the way, sign up for the Trading Lab down in the description. It's totally free. You can sign up today. I'll send you a bunch of emails. I'll spam your inbox. It'll be a good time had by most. In testing and trialing all the things for OU, I started documenting what I was doing early this year. I mean, I've been testing this for 4 or 5 years. I mean, all these ideas are, they're many, many years in the making. But in terms of actually like, all right, let's get in there with a documented library that I could build up. And I actually built that up. It's like 100 videos, like 40 plus hours. Like we'll talk about that at a future point. But anyway, I started testing and trialing early this year, thinking all along that this would be a multi-year project. This would be a multi-year thing. I didn't know that Tasty Bastille Day was going to happen. Pour out a little banana natty for our fallen comrades, of course. I didn't know that everything was going to happen in June and July and what have you. And so when all that happened, I had to turn the OU efforts into overdrive, absolute overdrive. Now, the reason why that's important is because in the beginning of the year, I was trading a tremendous amount. So you guys thought that I burned stacks of cash and I set those guys ablaze with butterflies and strangles and earnings trades. Man, the amount of commissions and fees that I have paid this year is astronomical. So I'm actually only up about $3,000 this year. So that's the first thing you need to understand. The second thing is most of that was on a $30,000 account, not a $53,000 account. And so knowing that OU was going to be live and knowing that we were going to be off into the wilderness, I wanted to pad the account a little bit just to give me a little bit more freedom to do what I want to do. And so I still think we're doing okay. I mean, I haven't placed a single trade. Well, I did one trade yesterday for the private OU community. Shout out to the CPU. But in terms of like trading, like we're starting it now. I haven't traded in about 7 weeks. At the time when I ended the lab, I was up about 10% and the market was up about 9%. So you can call it a wash, you can call it alpha. It doesn't matter. I don't care. But I just, again, I want to be transparent. You guys are going to see everything in this account, at least for the foreseeable future. And we'll talk more about that later on. Okay, so here's what I want to do. So let's see, what do we cover? Man, I see you guys in the chat. Look at this. Man, can we look at you guys for a second? Look at you guys. I can't even man, I can't. I'm gonna start crying again, right? I'm gonna do it, man. You guys are gonna make me do it. And if I start, I'm not gonna stop. And you guys saw it on August 7th, man. This is crazy. This is insane. So wow, this is totally insane. So okay, so the way I used to normally do the show back in the day, back in the day, I mean like a week ago, is we get to around the halfway mark of the show, and I would get into the questions, and I would surprise and delay some people in the middle, some people at the end, and then I would go all the way back to the beginning. But it seems we may have to move into a permanent surprise and delay from this point forward. And so anyway, man, wow, this is really, really crazy. Okay, so the market's about to open. Let's wait and see what happens on the open. A couple of things. We have a lot to talk about. We have so much to talk about. Like, guys, I'm so excited. I am so excited. There's so much to talk about because we're going to do some new things. We're going to do some different things, right? Obviously, the transparency piece is a big piece of this, but there's other things like the strategies and, the actual, oh, thank you, Ryan, for hopping me on the soapbox there. Nice job out of you. And so we're going to be doing a ton of options, obviously, but we're going to be doing a ton of futures. Like, you guys thought that I only set stacks of cash ablaze with Dell and Oracle and Chipotle? Nah, man, wait till we get into some MNQ. We may do it here in 3 minutes. Wait till we get into some MES. Like, can you smell that? Like, that is a familiar smell. You guys know what that is, and it is coming. It is coming in a brand new way with futures. And so super excited. Lots to talk about with the math and the quant and everything. This is just absolutely, absolutely insane. Okay, so the market's about to open, and we're going to get rid of Snapchat, and then we're going to start building out the book. We're going to start building out the book, and then we'll see where you guys are at, and then that is going to be that. The market's a little bit strong this morning. There's a little bit of a pop. I mean, I don't know if I would call that strong necessarily, but it's certainly not weak. And so generally speaking, the way that I like to trade and the way that I like to do this is I am a short-term contrarian. That has not changed. In fact, I've even dug my heels even more so into being a short-term contrarian now. And so I am a short-term contrarian. We are going to be fading all of the intraday moves. And I know that Lost Dog Tasty Live is on right now, right? Lost Dog starts in a couple of minutes, so we're going to have Tom's trades to fade. You guys help me out in the chat because I can't manage this and manage the chat and see his trades. I need you guys to do that because I want to make money just like you guys want to make money. So it's very, very simple, guys. If Tom zigs, we zag, right? If Tom's long, we're short. If Tom hates it, man, we can't get enough of it. So again, let's just keep this very simple. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. And so you guys let me know in the chat what Tom Salznoff is doing. But, I understand, like in the rotation, you've got a lot of things you've got to balance, right? You've got Tasty Live, you've got me, you've got Lost Dog, you've got other things, right? You've got Rob and Maria. You've got all kinds of things you're trying to balance. The way I think about it is it's like, you're Pedro, right? You got your fastball, you got your curveball, you got your changeup, you got your slider, right? So maybe Tasty Live is the fastball, maybe Lost Dog is the changeup, maybe I'm the slider, right? Maybe I'm the slurve, and so maybe that's how we'll kind of do it. But the market's about to open, and all right. So Ryan, so bring us back here into the market. Okay, so let's see what happens on the open, and maybe we'll do a little something. Okay, so number one, again, I'm looking to fade short-term moves, but again, we're gonna build out the book. We got premium, we got all this stuff, and we got a Dr. Jim 3/4 of an hour, Dr. Jim power 3/4 of an hour, but we do it 2 times today. And so we're going to be back in the afternoon. So there's your opening bell. And there you go. All right, so let's go ahead. I see somebody said Tears for Fears. That is not correct. And so that's a good guess, though. That's a very good guess. And so Tears for Fears is not correct. Some people said Back in Black AC/DC, also not correct. Well, no, I'm not going to give you guys any hints. You guys can figure it out. Okay, so first order of business, let's get rid of this garbage Snapchat. I just wanted to do that because I just wanted to do it for the intro on the show. And so let's try to get out of Snapchat here. All right, there you go. So we got a little look at the high frequency guys. They got us again. All right, so now you guys saw it, right? I'm up $2, right, on the Snapchat position. So again, this is it, right? We're not going to reinvent the wheel. Now I'm just going to buy SPY, and we're just going to sit on it and make below average jokes for the next 2, 3, maybe 4 months, and we lock in alpha. Right, alpha is locked and loaded, and it cannot be disputed. And so, boom, there you go. But in the event that we wanted to do something else, looking at ES, looking at NQ, I'm kind of thinking here for the NASDAQ. Let's see. So generally speaking, again, I want to fade short-term moves. Right now, I am leaning more short than I am leaning long. I would much prefer to be caught short than caught long for a bunch of reasons, but here's the main reason. So I'd like to see if the NASDAQ pops over maybe, 720, 740 might be kind of interesting. So we'll put a little something in there about 730. We'll do like 733 and a quarter. Going for modest profit targets in terms of what we're doing with these. This is an equilibrium trade, by the way. Shout out to OU. Options Uncapped Wealth Accumulation. And so some of you guys are familiar with that. Some of you guys aren't. If you want to know more about that, obviously sign up for the Trading Lab down below. But the basic idea is when it comes to intraday trading, I do like being on the short side more than the long side. And I'm not a perma-bear propagandist. I'm not Johnny Pools 47. I'm not Johnny Pools 48. I'm not talking about, the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Like if you look out in the distance, like they're coming, they can't be stopped. All those things. I'm none of those things. But day to day, and especially intraday, I think there's a lot of potential and there's a lot of opportunity that can be had when it comes to trading the market actively from the short side. Wow, look at gold up 100. Man, I did not see that. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. Gold up 100? We may have to sell that guy too. But wow. Okay. Let's see if we get hit on this NASDAQ trade though. If I'm going to get caught, because what do we know, right? If we're selling premium, short premium is going to be the base. It's absolutely unequivocally going to be the base. But if we're going to get, so there's your 33 and a quarters. Okay, so let's see here. Let's do, typically, we're at about 35. We'll do like a 696 and a half. Nothing crazy, right? Just trying to get a couple BEUs. That's all it is, right, guys? We don't need to reinvent the wheel. Let's just keep it real basic and real buttoned up. So, essentially, I know that if I'm selling premium, what is the thing that's going to do the most damage? What is the thing that's potentially going to cause the most problems to me in the shortest amount of time? It's going to be the outlier move that gets away from me, right? It's going to be the outlier move that gets away from me, and it happens quickly, where I can't defend against it, I can't even see straight, and all the things that we've all experienced. If you traded for more than 7 minutes, then you already know that this happens. It happens all the time. Okay, well, when does it typically happen? It happens when you're long and you get caught, not as often when you're short and you get caught. Like if I'm short and I get caught, it's not going to be, all right, so there's your 96s. It's not going to be, if I'm short and I get caught, it's not typically going to be a 2% eyeball melter. It's not typically going to be a 3% soul sucker like in the day, like in that session. It's going to be, right, just that slow, steady, just those repetitive kidney punches. Just those kind of like, ooh, man, you got that hangnail and it just won't go away, right? It's 80 points in the NASDAQ. It's 120 points in the NASDAQ. It's whatever. And so generally speaking, if I'm going to get caught, right, again, going back to the baseball analogy, if I'm going to get caught, then I want to get beat with my fastball, right? I want to get beat with my fastball. I don't want to get beat with my changeup. Well, if I'm Pedro, they're all A++ pitches, of course. I don't want to get beat with my slurve. I don't want to get beat with my slider, right? I want to get beat with my fastball. And so for me, a lot of times that's on the short side. Now, again, I'm not a perma-bear propagandist. It's not 100-0. It used to be. Like when my ego would take over and I was just filled with, overconfidence and hubris, and all those things, like 6 weeks ago. That is certainly the way that I would view things. But now it's more like a 60-40 split. And I also feel like when you're in these, so this is an equilibrium trade. And again, I'm going to try to film the mortar between the bricks. And that's why we're having, a lot of days we'll be on here multiple times per day. There's just so many things to talk about. There's no way I can get to it all in one show. I'm not even going to be able to get to it all in a month. Like there's just too many things to talk about. But we're going to begin. We're going to, this will give you a reason to tune back in. And so I appreciate you guys so much. I feel like during these equilibrium windows is what I call them. During these times of the market, there's a lot of opportunity. There's tremendous opportunity. And with all that opportunity comes the potential to do things that are different and very diversified away from what we might do with short premium. Like what I might do with, kind of a short premium base. And so that's where the options and the futures come together. And of course, the thing that I really love about what I'm building and creating and all the things we're going to talk about over the course of the, we're going to talk about this for the foreseeable future, right? You can decide how much you want to go into one or the other. Like some of you may think, oh, the futures thing is kind of interesting. Okay, that's awesome. Well, then go down that road, test and trial, and figure it out yourself. Oh, because by the way, I should have said this at the beginning. Man, my lawyers are not going to be happy. So never forget, none of this is a trade recommendation, right? Everything that I do, everything that I say is purely for education only, and maybe even a wee little bit of entertainment. I don't know anything about your situation. I am not a professional. I am a random guy on the internet, right? You should not listen to anything I say ever. In fact, you should probably do the opposite. So, all right, so I'll start getting better at doing that at the very beginning. But you can decide how much you want to do of one or the other. Like, how much do I want to do of options? How much do I want to do of futures? And so you can kind of, mix and match, however you see fit. And so, all right, so the Nasdaq's down now. I'm kind of interested here, and let's play it on the long side a little bit. I don't necessarily love the long side here, but it is down. It is down. Well, nah, I'm gonna let it really come and get me. I'll try 1150. Oh, another thing. Oh my gosh, I didn't have a chance to talk about this because the first trade got filled so quickly. So here's what's going to be amazing about what we're doing. This guy right here, right? This guy right here. This guy right here. Right? This guy right here. Right? Like, we're going to be able to look at things that we haven't always been able to look at. Like, we're going to be able to look at things from a portfolio construction standpoint that we haven't always been able to kind of check out on a regular basis. And so I'm so excited for that. And I think it's going to open us up to brand new avenues. I think we can all channel our inner Aladdin, and it's like, man, we are venturing into a whole new world. Like, we're doing it. You got Aladdin, you got Jasmine, you got Jafar, I think, right? Robin Williams, Jafar? Is that right? Is it Robin Williams or Will Smith? Or both? I think it's both. R.I.P. obviously to Robin Williams. But anyway, I digress. And so we are 100% in mid-season form. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see here. So we've got another NASDAQ working. While that's working, let me go ahead and let's sell a little premium. So, all right, so here's what I'm going to do. So let's take a look at MES. Oh, they got rid of a bunch of options in MES and MNQ. That's crazy, right? They got rid of a bunch of like that's kind of nuts if you think about it, right? Because these are like super liquid products. I mean, MES is super liquid. I'm really surprised by the decision. MNQ, I mean, if you traded it before, the outright future is super liquid. The options, they're pretty okay. So they're their 11s. They're pretty craptacular, but still not too bad. I didn't think it was necessarily worthy of being on the chopping block. All right, so we got in at 11. My profit target's on like an equilibrium trade, like what I'm doing right now, which I understand this is all brand new. So again, just try to soak it up. Try to take the osmosis approach here for a while. My profit targets typically on these are, usually between 25 and 45, let's say. And I do have a bit of a superstition. I don't like to have my orders on whole numbers. I like them to be just a little bit janky. Just a little bit. So we'll do 50 and a quarter. Okay. But let's go ahead. We'll let that guy cook. Let's go ahead. Let's go to MES. And oh, by the way, let me address this right now. Many of you are probably wondering, wait a minute. I just checked. Autumn's in the house? No. I just glanced at the chat. Autumn in the chat? That's not even possible. That's not even, oh my gosh, I see Autumn. Oh my guys. Okay, guys, we got to have guys. So that 2 delta trade, sometimes it hits. Guys, that 2 delta deal, sometimes it gets you, right? Guys, this has never happened. So I've been, hold on. Forget about the market, Ryan. Get me back on the soapbox. I'm on the soapbox. Good job. So hold on. We gotta have some real talk here. So I've been on the Tasty Network for over 10 years. Over 10 years. The first day I went live, I said, hey, you got to watch this show. I'm so excited. It's going to be a train wreck, but you got to watch. Autumn watched because she's amazing. She's an incredible person, right? Again, that's on record. Everybody heard it. Right, Ryan, are you recording this? Thank you. She watched the first show. And then after that, she's like, all right, that was really good, but I'm not interested in that at all. You go do your thing. I support you, whatever. She has not seen a single show since. Now, this is the first show. Here come the tears. That's so funny. This is the first show of OU live to the public Will she be back later this afternoon? That's the question. Will she be back for show number 2? Now, again, she's got to school our children. She's got to care for the home. She's got to do all these other things that are somewhat important. But I don't know. I mean, time will tell. Time will tell. All right, this is too funny, man. Wow, Autumn Schultz is here. I really, truly can't believe that. All right, but let's go to MES. Well, thank you for popping in there, Autumn. This is really, really amazing. And so I can't even believe this. There are more people on right now than my peak from Theory to Practice days. I can't even, you guys, man, the tears are coming. I see you, Jim Leonard. They're coming, man. Like, man. Oh, man, they're coming. They're coming. Okay, so a couple of things. So number one, let's get some MES premium going on. And then we'll talk about this equilibrium trade a little bit. Because some of you are probably wondering, Jim, what do you do when it doesn't work? It's actually pretty simple. I don't do anything. But we'll have a lengthier discussion about that. So let's go to let's go to MES. You know, I kind of think we just go to September, 29 days to go. It's a little bit tight from a duration standpoint. Like, it's definitely a little bit tight, but I kind of think, you know, it's still very much doable. I mean, anywhere between that 30 to 60 window, I think is fine. 45 is kind of the sweet spot, but I think anything between 30 and 60 is fine when it comes to, you know, trade entry and it comes to all the things we've been talking about for many, many years now. And so let's go ahead and I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, I'm still living 25 to 35 on the Delta primarily. But, yeah. Okay, so let's have an open discussion about this too. Man, I mean, there's tangents upon tangents. There's just so many things to talk about. Like, so many things to talk about. Here's the first one. So I still believe, I mean, many of the tasty principles you guys have heard me talk about and spout off for many, many years now are not going to change. We're just adding some Dr. Jim-isms around the edges. You know, I was kind of like, man, I mean, we're doing a pretty good job at hemorrhaging cash on a regular basis, but can we do it even more effectively? Like, are there other products like futures? Are there other strategies like equilibrium trades that will allow us to kind of just keep a steady streak of just smoldering ash just in the area? Right? Not even necessarily right next to us, but just within maybe the same area code. And so that is essentially the idea behind what I'm doing. But from a Delta selection standpoint, 25 to 35 is a sweet spot. 25 to 35 is the Betty Crocker recipe. And if you are brand new, oh, by the way, no, we'll do that in the afternoon. You guys are still working on the song. You guys got to let me know about the song. And so, if you are brand new to me, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so very much. Man, thank you, thank you, thank you. There's so much to come. Like, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to just get this guy off the ground. I can't believe it's happening. It's really, really awesome. And so, okay, so let's go ahead and let's see. 25 to 35 is, that's the default setting. Now, how do you decide between 25 and 35? Let's actually do a little teaching. Let's find a teachable moment. Here you go. The first ever teachable moment in the history of the public OU stream. Okay. Generally speaking, anywhere between there is fine. I don't think there's a point of optimality. I know Tom loves to use that word. I hate using that word because we know, and again, I don't know who said this, right? So please let me know in the chat if for no other reason than to pump that algo, juice those robots. For every gimme, there's a gotcha. Now that is a catchy jingle. And that's really it. There is no point of optimality. It's all about gimmies and gotchas. Because again, your risk tolerance, your account size, your experience level, like all these things come into play. And so when you start thinking about those things, it's critically important when it comes to, you know, where you might want to select a delta for a short put. Right, obviously coming off of the heels of last night's video with my favorite strategy. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. I was up all night trying to respond to as many comments as I possibly could. But, you know, the short put is number one. The short put is the go-to strategy, in my opinion. It may not be yours, and that's totally fine. That's what makes a market. But when it comes to delta selection, I think 25 to 35 is a great place to live. Now, why would you choose one over the other? When might you be on the higher end of that range, and when might you be on the lower end of the range? Well, I really think that, you know, if you're on the lower end of the range, then, you know, that would make sense if you want to be a bit more conservative. That would make sense if you want to be a bit more, you know, just kind of more, you know, maybe you're a bit more risk averse. Maybe you want something that is a little bit, you know, you don't have to manage it as often, you don't have to babysit it as much, and those kinds of things. And you're willing to give up some credit in exchange for that higher probability. I think that's totally fine. If you want to take a little bit more risk and you're willing to, you have maybe a little bit higher skill, some more experience, and you're ready to manage and adjust things, then I think being around the 35 delta range is also a good choice. Anywhere between those are good, and of course there's exceptions to going outside those ranges that maybe we'll get to at some point in the future. But let's go ahead and I gotta keep one eyeball on the NASDAQ just to make sure I'm not getting totally gorilla smacked. So far we're doing okay. And so, all right, so let's go ahead and I'm thinking, we'll go like 30. Yeah, it's like a 65. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, this will bring in a decent amount of, premium to get things started. The buying power effect is excellent, right? So again, I mean, you're looking at about $50,000, buying power effect of $2,000. That's only 4% of the account. And so that's obviously really, really good. Excuse me. When it comes to, the sizing of an undefined risk position, 3 to 7%, it's still the default setting. It's still kind of my go-to. But, if you have more capital, which I would not classify $50,000 as more capital. I mean, it's a decent amount, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, some of you out there, some of you cats got 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, million. The higher your capital grows, the higher your capital scales, the lower your position sizing can be while you still maintain economic significance, right? Because that is critically important to maintain that economic significance. And so I think this for the first ever premium trade, man, I don't know, guys. Wait a second. Autumn's here? Hold on. Wait a minute, guys. We might do this, but Autumn's here. She's in the chat. I mean, she's probably not still in the chat, but she was in the chat at one point previously. Man, what's Starbucks doing? Man, I feel like we got to look at it, guys. We got to give it at least a tiny little peek. Yeah, see, the tricky part with Starbucks is there's no IV, right? IV rank of 8, right? So sorry, babe, I can't do it. I mean, we'll do it in the future. I know. I mean, I've read the marital agreement many, many times. Like, oh, yeah, Autumn and I have a prenup, 100%. Now, is there any financial stuff in there? No. Is there any money stuff in there? Of course not. Is there any stuff about the kids? No. The only thing it says is you have to play Starbucks to the upside or neutral. That's all that's allowed. No bearish Starbucks plays because have I ever told you guys how I met Autumn? This is crazy. The first day, I made it 10 plus years on the From Theory to Practice Network. I never told this story. I really can't believe it because it's such a huge part of my personal life. It is such a huge part of my relationship with Autumn, and I had never told that story. I really, truly can't believe it. And so, we'll have to wait till another time to tell that story maybe because I want to get this trade on. So let's go to MES. And, all right, so we go to MES. Oh, hold on a second. Let's go to MES. And let's go ahead and let's see here. Let's do, I mean, I really like this 30 delta. I mean, the markets are pretty wide right now, which is a little bit weird. Oh, the markets, oh, wow, look at that. All right. Yeah, so now we're seeing it. Now you're getting the authentic experience. All right, perfect. Absolutely perfect. So let's go ahead, because we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Like, Jim, what are you going to do? I'm not going to do anything. I mean, by that, I mean, I'm going to do a whole lot of things. But let's go ahead and it actually is a lot of DNS. But, okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go for the mid price at 68. And then we'll talk about this MNQ. All right, so we got filled for MNQ. Okay, perfect. Okay, so a couple of things. So let's go ahead. So let's look at, okay, so the NASDAQ, so what just came out, right? Did we lose the war again? I mean, something just came out. Okay, so when it comes to an equilibrium trade, and again, there's so many things to fill in the blanks. There's mortar between the bricks. There's all kinds of stuff. But here's what I like to do. Generally speaking, and then we're going to actually do it, and then I'll try to spend at least a couple of minutes in the chat. Oh, I see Pearl Jam, even flow. That is not correct. That's a very good guess, though. So here's what I like to do. So with the equilibrium trades, I like to go in with the outright future first, and because I want to get the one-for-one move. I want to get the full weight of the move in the event that there's a lot of back and forth, in the event that there's a lot of up and down, there's a lot of zigs and zags, because I know that down the road, there's so many other things that I can do. Like down the road, there's premium I can lay out, there's ways I can defend, there's extra tranches, there's so many things that I can do. And when you look at, oh yeah, let's talk about this now really quick. There's just so many things to talk about. There's so many things to talk about. Portfolio delta, critically important. So when you look at my portfolio delta right now, so if I look at my net lick, so this is, in my opinion, this is one of the most valuable things that you can do for your portfolio. So if you look at my net lick right now at 53,000, approximately, right? Whatever. It doesn't matter. And you look at 100 shares of SPY, right, at 77,000. So what I can do to figure out, what I want to know is how many shares of SPY am I holding in my portfolio? What is the equivalent of SPY exposure that I'm holding right now in my portfolio? And what I'm seeing is I have about 65 shares. I have about 60 approximately. It doesn't have to be exact. I have about 65 shares in my portfolio. And what that helps me understand now is when I look at my beta weighted delta at 112, that tells me that my leverage point right now is right at about 2x. So I'm right at about 2x when it comes to my overall leverage to the underlying market. And so that helps me understand what type of directional exposure I have. Now, when it comes to leverage points, me personally, I'm okay living between 1.5 to 2x kind of on the lower end, all the way up to maybe 4 to 5x on the higher end. Now, I much prefer to do that on the short side rather than the long side, so it's a little bit of a stick in the mud that we got caught on this long a little bit, and we're kind of stewing in the bathtub of filth. On the very first day, was there ever a doubt? I think not. And so, but when I think about my leverage points, I think about my sizing, this is incredibly important to help me make good decisions in terms of what to do next, in terms of, the trades that might help to, offset that directional bias, and so on and so forth, etc., and all those things down the road. And so, all right, so this is how I think about my sizing. So let me go ahead and let me delete all this because I do want to. So what I'm going to do now, and to me, this is one of the most powerful things and this is not even that, I haven't invented anything new. It's all the same stuff that's been out there. This is all 100% all the same stuff that's been out there, right? And so there's nothing new, there's nothing totally novel that has not been, that has not been created before. But what I do like to do, so on an EQT that gets away from me, like in the NASDAQ, once it slips away from me like 100 to 150 points, which is kind of where it is now, I'll just go into the options. You could just go to right around that 30-day. That's fine. I got in right around, 611, right? Was it 611? I think it was 611. Yeah, 611. So now here's what I'm going to do. Rather than using a hard stop, rather than using a dynamic stop, rather than using a firm stop, which I know, shout out to all my momentum bros. Y'all are probably not watching this show. This is not going to be your type of show. But if you're here, man, your boy needs that watch time, so I appreciate y'all. But when it comes to what they're doing, right? They're tight stops. Their first loss is your best loss. They're all those things. I like to take a different approach. I really like to kind of give it a chance to work. I really like to kind of control my size on entry, and let's just kind of see where the wind blows us on this guy. And you've got the EQTs working. You've got the premium working. Man, it is a match made in heaven. It's very much like a Jim and Autumn Schultz. You guys like that? I've been doing this for a very, very long time. So, all right, so let's go ahead and now that she's watching the show, I don't even know how to handle this at all. But all right, so we got in at 611. I'm thinking, yeah, let's sell I don't need to cut a ton of directional bias, but I would like to get a little bit of premium working for me here. I'm going to sell, I'll sell this 30,200. And we'll just cut the direction just a titch. And we just kind of lighten up on the size a little bit. And it gives us plenty of room. Yeah, I'm going to cancel that. And I know that a lot of this, it's all new. A lot of this is very new. We'll fill in all the mortar, between the bricks and all those things. We tried 316. All right, so we got filled at 316. Okay, so now we basically have on a covered call, right? But we kind of legged into it. It's kind of an after the fact de facto covered call. Sorry, so I'm going to let me take the last couple of minutes here. Let me go into the chat. Man, you guys, I can't even, there's no way I can do. You guys, man, look at you guys, man. Look at you guys. Wow, I see you guys. I should not have done that song thing because there's just no way I'm going to be able to keep up. I see somebody say Alice in Chains. It is actually not an Alice in Chains song. So that's a big clue, right? That's a huge clue because obviously that would be a very, very obvious choice at this point. Man, I can't even scroll all the way back. Man, look at you guys. I can't even do it. And so I'm just going to try to grab a couple here. I see Ash Finn is in the house. Emmett Morrison is here. Man, look at you guys. Ada's Enough is here. And, man, Autumn Schultz. Look at Danny Perkins in the house, man. Man, I appreciate you so very much. Yeah, I definitely, Danny Perkins talking about gold being up 100. I definitely want to get short some gold, but you guys got to come back for the afternoon. Maybe we'll sell some gold in the afternoon. And, man, I see Grace is here. Man, look at you guys. This is really, really, really amazing. Let me see if I can find, I just can't even, I can't keep up. M Fury is here. Look at Theta Trader is here. What is going on, Theta Trader? Man, I appreciate you. So, guys, hold on. Quick shout out to Theta Trader. If you guys need any off-the-grid, black market, cash-only dental work, you talk to my man Theta Trader because he has got you covered. Now, is it going to be quality? Probably not. But are you going to get the family discount? You are. Tell him that I sent you, Theta Trader. I got you covered, my friend. And so, E-Media is here. Man, Luminous Bit is here. What is going on there, Luminous Bit? I appreciate you. Shout out to the CPU. Scramble Everything is here. Man, look at you guys. Man, I can't even. I am beside myself on day one. So day one, I didn't know what was going to happen, right? I mean, the outpouring of support the last couple of weeks, I didn't know what was going to happen. So the only thing I did this morning, I'm like, I got to make sure that I email my mom. And so I emailed my mom. I emailed my dad. I said, hey, I'm going live today for the first time. I don't know if anybody's going to watch, but I better see two in there. I better see two people in there. And it looks like, man, we have way overperformed what we were able to do. And so let's see. Some people are saying 480 is the highest resolution for the stream. That shouldn't be the case, I don't think, right? You guys should be able to do it in HD. Maybe Ryan can chime in on that, but there should be no reason why you can't do HD. Oh my gosh, this is too funny. Autumn just said we're going to Bonefish tonight. Man, I had no idea, guys. I had no idea. I mean, I knew it was happening, but I didn't think that she knew it was happening. Man, this is some good stuff. Man, this is some good stuff. So I think this is a perfect way to end the very first stream. Guys, if you want to reach out on Twitter, I'm at Options Uncapped. You can reach out on Twitter. I'm at Options Uncapped. Ryan, we should make little graphics that you can maybe bring up, or Grace, maybe you can help with this too. I'm at Options Uncapped on X. If you guys want to email me, I'm Jim at optionsuncapped.com. Shoot me an email. I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. Obviously, I am getting hit from a lot of angles right now, but you guys are the only reason I can do this. And so I appreciate you guys so much. I will see you guys later this afternoon. It should be around 2 o'clock, give or take an hour, and I'll see you guys then.